Ba weep, grana weep, ninny bong, everybody. It's Wednesday night. It's time for some Transformers Earth Wars news. I'm Engineer Hoist, and if it's your first time here and you haven't yet, consider subscribing, ring that bell to be notified anytime we go live with a new video. I've been doing some Transformers figures reviews lately, including a top 10 of 2018 list. I hope to be doing that a little bit more in 2019. But as always, on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, you can find me here on my channel with the Transformers Earth Wars news. Let's go ahead and say hi to everybody who is already showing up and been in the chat. Jer Barber, Chris Camacho, Jenny Maynard, Edward Ofori Okier, I hope I got that right, John Beekman, Grand Galvatron, a lot of regulars here, Primex 007, let's see, Damon Swinky, Red Alert, good to see you, my friend, Pete Francis, Alex Andrews, also known as Shock Blast, I'm sorry, I forgot, well, Shock Charge, I'm sorry. Oh, those generic type of names there. Yeah, so anyway, I'm sorry I butchered your name there, buddy. Sparkletron's here in the house. Okay, good to see you guys. I found a new way to deliver the news. Hopefully it works out okay. You guys let me know how it goes. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, so as we saw from the title in the thumbnail, the name of this event is called Coronation Day. What that means, we have no idea, but we do know that it is a brand new saga, and it is a 5-star shard event this weekend. So, of course, gather your Alliance members and take part to win up to 3 million Energon and Alloy, 30,000 Spark, 3,000 Premium Crystals, 600 5-star shards just from the Prestiges, and up to 60 Guardian Crystals to give you a chance to earn 3, 4, or even more 5-star shards. It is an Alliance of Totalizer, as we can get from there, 60 Prestiges and triple XP. How do you participate? Same way you always participate in an Alliance event. You got to be Headquarters level 4, join an Alliance, and then you tap that event button and go win that battle and earn some points. Okay, so now the battle zones, it's the standard battle zones, and we have them listed there for you. And here is a list of the Totalizer prizes. Now that I'm seeing this, I could probably use maybe a better font to improve the readability, but we'll go with it for now. So this is a little bit bigger prestige than we're used to. You got to go 8,000 points per prestige. A lot of times it's been 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. I think this might be the first time we're hitting 8,000 per prestige. So you can get 10 shards, or 10 5-star shards per prestige and that Guardian Crystal each time that you go through. A lot of the top alliances are going to have no trouble completing this, and everybody else, hey, get as many of those crystals as you can, get as many shards as you can, and enjoy all the rewards along the way. Now, if you're not familiar with the Guardian Crystals, I'm not sure if we've had that as a prize for everybody, but it has been in the VIP gifts. So here are what you can find in the Guardian Crystals. You can get 3, 4, or 5-star shards in those quantities. The biggest prize is a batch of 50 5-star shards out of one of those crystals. That's a little hard to come by. Most of them are going to be 3 and 4-star shards, but you will find some 5-star shards, I hope. Okay, so there is a little bit of an update on the raid battles here this week. They're not happening this week, as you can probably already tell, because they're not going on. So they figured that people are wondering when they're going to be coming back, because it has been a common question in the VIP chat room. And they said, don't worry, it's coming back. They've been working on fixes and improvements that they found. One improvement they're going to make, which I think is a great idea, because the points from the raids doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, because somebody can really be chipping away and not score a whole lot of points, and then somebody else can come in and just finish off a Headquarters without a whole lot of effort and then get like 50,000 points. So the points from the raids didn't make a whole lot, but so what they're going to do, probably in addition, not necessarily in place of, is they're going to show the number of attempts that people are doing, so you can see that, yeah, they may have only scored 1,000 points, but they used the 5 attempts that they were given, or however many that it ends up being. Plus, also says, another common request was when you go scout, you'd have to leave and go all the way back out to the main screen and then go back in. Now what they're saying is, if you're scouting, just like in a war, if you're scouting and go straight into battle, you're going to be able to do that with the raids as well. as long as somebody else isn't already attacking it. So I think those are a couple of really good improvements. There's also a bug that they fixed. This definitely was an occurrence that happened a few times, including in our alliance. I didn't see it myself, but there were times where bases were cleared. Some of the raid levels were cleared, but when you would go in to choose your base, it would show 0%. So when you did that, you tap on that, you use your one attempt, but then you go and you find that the base is empty because it's already been cleared, and that caused a big problem there. And they say they've already got that fixed, or at least it will be fixed before we go and have another raid there coming soon. So that's all good news. There's no word on when the raids are going to be coming yet, but it should be coming soon. They may tell us tomorrow in the official live stream. Also, under investigation, here is some bugs that they know about that they're working on, and this one has affected me a number of times, where the bots get stuck on a single spot. It tends to happen mostly with Cheetor and Black Arachnia, but they say they have seen other bots kind of get stuck. They're working on a potential fix. They're not entirely sure what's going on there, but they know about it and they're working on it, and I will be very happy when they can get that, because there's nothing worse when you've got a Cheetor just sitting there like he's running on a treadmill, not destroying anything. And for bug fixes, there's only one notable bug that they fixed, and we kind of already talked about it, and that was during the raids, where it would show 0%, and then you'd end up being able to select it and go in and waste a raid attempt. When we were doing the event and you could earn raid energy and attack as many times as you wanted with that raid energy, it wasn't as big of a deal as it was during the weekly event, where you were limited to only 5 attempts. So they are working on that, or they say they've got it resolved. So and then the last thing to note is tomorrow the official live stream is returning to the normal locations. Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook are the ones that I'm familiar with. It's the first 2019 stream with Giannis, Fabian, and Hyro, and they say they're going to be talking about game improvements, probably things that we've just talked about, maybe even some new stuff, new features, and more. So check that out tomorrow at 5 p.m. Universal Time, which is usually about noon Eastern Time. Anybody who's watched it regularly, I'm pretty sure it's going to be at the same time. Just keep an eye on those social media channels for Transformers Earth Wars, and then join us over there. So that's the news for today. I hope you guys liked how that worked out. I may tweak that a little bit, but I think the presentation actually went a lot better than the other ways I've been doing it. Honestly, going through that with you guys, I did actually really like how that went there. So I don't know if anybody noticed, but we got a new figure back over here. This guy just came in today. This is the Planet X Ismenios. It's their version of Deathsaurus. So we got Star Saber down here. We've got Deathsaurus up there. I haven't had a whole lot of time to play around with him, but he is a beastie figure. He's very hefty. He's not quite as tall as Star Saber, but I'm looking forward to getting my hands on that guy and transforming him and seeing everything that he can do. And I do plan to shoot a video for that guy, so stay tuned to this channel, and we'll be taking a look at that Planet X Ismenios. Meanwhile, since I bring him up, let's go ahead and bring him a little bit closer. There he is, a little bit closer. So this guy is pretty massive. He's got a little shield over here. It's just these parts actually, if you open up his wings there, I'm not sure if I can do this. I haven't done it yet, so they might be a little tight. But anyway, you can split the wings apart and put those clear pieces in, and then he's just got a huge wingspan. It looks like it's going to be very impressive, and he's got a nice sword here. He's got some Cybertronian writing on there. It's actually like the movie Cybertronian, not like the G1 Cybertronian. So yeah, he's quite hefty, and whew, man, he definitely looks good. I look forward to actually shooting a video with him for you guys. So why can't I put Death Chicken next to this Shiny Saber? Demise Break is asking. To be honest with you, he's shorter, and I think he wouldn't look quite as nice. So I think having them separated, he looks a little bit more impressive up there. Plus, also, they're not exactly the best of friends, you know. So so all right, Gaming Central's here. Good to see you. Alex Andrews saying a Planet X Leo Kaiser. I haven't heard of that, but I did hear Planet X is going to do a version of their own Star Saber, so I'll definitely be getting that because those two guys are going to be meant to go together. So yeah, definitely. Crane Galvatron saying the breast force. Yes, he does actually have the little breast piece. Turns into a little guy. Looks terrible with it out, so he's going to be staying in that mode the whole time. So Death Turkey, I haven't heard of that one before. I know it was Death Chicken. I've definitely heard of that. So okay, so Demise Break is asking, hey, where are those crystals? Yes, we've got crystals. We've got a lot of crystals. Because, guys, I got a couple of Gnaw bundles, and I have a Prime Core chip, and I've got some premium crystals. The Autobot premium crystals came when I bought a fuel cell bundle because I needed to get the event done early, so I bought a little bit of fuel to help me get that done a little bit earlier. And then we got our VIP crystals. So here's some Guardian crystals here, and I used my premium shards on Decepticon crystals to see if we can improve our Decepticon ranks a little bit. And I am actually pretty close to a 4-star crystal. I'm almost guaranteed to get a 3-star crystal. I think a single 2-star dupe is going to give us that. So, which is pretty much guaranteed to give us a 3-star dupe as well. Long way from a 5-star crystal, but pretty good chance we'll be seeing a couple of 3-star crystals and possibly even a 4-star crystal tonight. So let's go ahead and get some of these Guardian crystals done. So this is these are what we're going to be fighting for this weekend. So you can see we got some 3-star shards from there, some 4-star shards, some more 3-star shards. There's some 5-star shards. That's nice. Oh yeah, I totally even forgot about these here. So yeah, we've already got our 3-star crystal over there waiting for us. Some more 5-star shards. That's nice. Even more 5-star shards. Some 3-star shards. There's some 4-star shards. And some more 4-star shards. All right, very cool. So we should be really close to a 4-star crystal. Oh, yes. Actually, if we go crack this 3-star crystal, that'll give us the shards to get to this. So we're opening a 4-star crystal tonight, folks. All right, so let's see. John Beekman's asking, which 5-star bot should I go for if it would be my first one? Honestly, I would say to open from the current batch, because if you're lucky enough and you can get Elita 1 or Lugnut if you're a Decepticon, you are going to be super, 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 super happy. All right, so I'm seeing calls for Gnaw from Jessica Harner, so let's go ahead and crack open some of these Gnaw crystals. We're looking for that 4-star. That's not the 4-star, that's just a 2-star Gnaw. Now, these are standard crystals, so anybody can pop out of these crystals. Not just Gnaw. See, there's Hot Rod. Some more Gnaw. There's a Star Saber. There's Monkey Prime. Chris Camacho says he got a 3-star Alpha Bravo from a free crystal today. Very cool. Congratulations, man. There's a duplicate pipes. Sail Tomcat got the Alchemist Prime Core this weekend. Very cool. Anybody else get any Prime Cores this weekend? Let us know. John Beekman's asking, why is my favorite Transformer Hot Rod if my name is Hoist? Well, that's a very good question. Well, back when I was trying to choose a name for my social media accounts, I was thinking Hot Rod, but when I took a look around, there were about 5,000 different Hot Rods, and I was not going to be able to stand out in that crowd. And then the Spotlight Hoist comic came out, and there was one little snippet in there where he described his personality, where he says, I'm just a mid-ranking maintenance engineer who takes each day as it comes, and my personality is not a result of a crippling psychological disorder. And I was like, You know, that's me. I mean, right down to the job, maintenance engineer. And Hoist was always one of my favorite characters, probably because I did have a Hoist toy back in the day. So I was like, Engineer Hoist. Sounds like a good name. Wasn't a lot of Hoists around. In fact, I don't think there was any other Hoist around until pretty much the time that I started my accounts. And so there you go. That's the story of why I ended up choosing Hoist instead of going with Hot Rod. Just because there's like I said, there was like way too many Hot Rods, lots of Hot Rods, and wasn't going to be able to stand out. We got a swoop coming through. I haven't seen a whole lot of good stuff coming through these crystals yet, as we're winding down on the first set of 20 crystals from one bundle. There's a jump stream coming through that gives us some combiner sparks, so that's cool. Wrecking Rule says saw Transformers basics on Hoist and it's a great view on his history and the show and comics. I agree, that was a good episode. Also like to see that the Hoist is actually going to be in the Rescue Bots Academy, the new show, aimed very much at kids. But I'm going to try to find a way to see that because I loved the Rescue Bots show. So, and that was a nice 3-star that we had come through. Ultra Magnus, Grand Galvatron saying, yeah, I chose a still obscure version of Galvatron. We use auto buttons for the other. Nice. That's a 3-star Gnaw, so that was a nice little bit of an improvement. That's not the, still not the 4-star Gnaw we were looking for, but I did see that number 2 show up, so it means we do have a 4-star crystal from those couple of 3-star dupes. There's a big old Inferno coming through the space bridge. Got another Monkey Prime joining the party. Gave us a silver ray booster, is that? From a 2-star bot, even. A skydive. There's another 3-star Gnaw. We got another Gnaw coming through. Another 2 straight 3-star Gnaws. That's pretty cool. Still would have preferred to see a 4-star Gnaw come through, so we can quit chasing this guy. Wow, that was like 3 stars in a row with the blaster coming through. I think my chances of getting a 4-star are pretty low now. We got Skylinks. Yeah, and there's Red Alert. He's kind of echoing the same thing that I did. He chose a character that he didn't see any pages for. Oh, I paused for a second. I thought we were going to see him, but no, we got Hotspot. 7 more crystals. Let's see if we can find that. Got a dust up. We got Wheeljack. Joe Barbara's asking, do you think Rack and Ruin will appear? Nah, I don't think so. Not in this game. I think they're way too obscure. Plus, I don't think that they actually transform. Although I suppose we do have a couple of bots in here, like Soundwave and Blaster, that don't actually transform. Even though they can, they don't do that in the game. But I think there's a whole lot more mainstream bots like Brawn or Skids. Different bots like that, Trailbreaker, Hoist, even Grapple, that you can aim off before we get to somebody relatively obscure like Rack and Ruin. Luke Bartel, you can send the pictures over, but it's a little late to get on the stream tonight. If you send them over, we'll try to get them on next time. Yeah, Shockwave, Reflector, there's a couple of other ones that don't transform in the game. Okay, so we struck out on the 4-star Gnaw. We did get some pretty decent 3-star pulls out of there, but you know, I did happen to have those. Let's crack open some Autobot premium crystals. We'll save the Prime Core chip for last. Andreas Thornton, who are the weekend bots for sale? I can't really talk about that on the stream. They did put that information out for the VIPs, but I asked if I was able to share that, and they said they'd prefer if I didn't because it really was intended for VIPs. So, they might let us know tomorrow, but I'm not allowed to say. Luke Bartow, we start at 8 o'clock every Wednesday, so you got to get them in. You got to get, and I prepare beforehand, so you got to get them in sometime before Wednesday, about 5 o'clock, I'd say. During the stream is definitely not the time to get it. I actually have Onyx Prime already there, Demise. Just haven't put him on anybody yet. Can't decide who I want to put him on. I did finally put Vector Prime on 4-star Drift, and actually works pretty well because Drift tends to jump out in front of everybody, get in trouble, and then the Vector Prime will restore him. And in more than one battle, when he's been restored, he has ultimately ended up finishing the battle. So there's a 3-star Sea Spray duplicate. Okay, so now we're going to be opening up some Decepticon premium crystals. Let's go see what we can get. These are actually one of these crystals. I actually won a trivia question in the VIP Discord, and then the rest of them are VIP shards that were given to us. So we're pulling Armada Megatron. Pretty good chance a lot of these are going to be dupes. I've got a fairly healthy Decepticon roster on this account, so there is Blitzwing. There is a new Rodimus Unicronus. Very cool. If you guys saw my top 10 of 2018 bots, you saw this guy's toy actually made the list. He is great. And in the game, he has the same ability as Inferno, so that's pretty cool. He's just a 2-star, so probably won't be using him a whole lot. But it is nice to have him, though. So there's a 3-star Blastoff. You got a Drag Strip. Big Bronze Rim, good to see you, my friend. You're right. Better late than never. He's cracking some crystals now. There's Blitzwing. Jared Barber's asking if you get the Alpha Trion Prime Core, who the 5 bots should you put it on? Monkey Prime, Laser Prime, Optimus Prime, Grimlock, or Sentius Magnus? Oh, probably none. I'd probably a lot of people tend to put them on healers or gunners. Somebody who tends to stay away from the damage and doesn't really need any additional abilities for the bot itself. So I'm not sure if I'd put it on any of those guys, to be honest with you. Maybe Laser Prime? There's a lockdown. John Beekman, I think we're full right now for the non-toxic gamers. You can check the NTG mini bots. If you're a Decepticon, I believe the non-toxic gamers does have some spots. I'm not entirely sure, though. There's a G1 Mixmaster Core. There is a duplicate 3-star Swindle. Chris Camacho's asking if they added Hoist to the game, what class do you think it would be? Well, there's a very good chance that he could be a healer, and if that's where the route that they go, then the chances of seeing Hoist are pretty low because they're kind of hesitant to add more healers. I wouldn't mind seeing him as like a special class because Hoist, I want to say it was Masquerade. The time where the Autobots went and actually captured the Stunticons and then changed themselves to pretend to be Menasor. I'm pretty sure Hoist was actually out there and helped to capture one of the Stunticons. So he wasn't confined to just the repair bay. He did actually get out into battle and do some stuff. So I think there's an argument where you could actually have Hoist be in the game as something other than a healer. Viper. And Blitzwing. Yeah, anytime I see Viper, it reminds me of that one G.I. Joe episode where the Joes are at their headquarters and they get this phone call and the guy's like, "The Viper is coming," and they get all scared. It's like, who is this Viper? Who is this Viper? You know, because Cobra is their enemies. He said the Viper will be at the corner or whatever. And so they end up going to all these different places and finding Cobra bases. And then at the end, the Viper is coming in 5 minutes, so they get all their they're battled up. They've got all their vehicles and all their guns ready to see, and then it's just some old dude who comes out because he was the Vindo Viper, and everybody had a good laugh. So anytime I see him come through as Viper, I immediately think of that episode. So and honestly, I don't remember any other episode of G.I. Joe except that one. Got a 3-star kickback. He's actually one of only 3 4-star Decepticons I have on this account. Got breakdown. 2 more Decepticon VIP crystals. You got a Starscream. Gives us a Starscream's crown. Oh, by the way, if you saw the Starscream's crown on the thumbnail sitting on top of the 5-star, I have no information of whether that has anything to do with Coronation Day. I'm just going off by, you know, Coronation, Starscream, that's bad comedy. And I was looking for some Transformers-related crown to kind of throw on there to fit the Coronation Day. I have no idea whether Starscream has anything to do with it, so don't be reading into that. Alright, last crystal gives us a duplicate dead end. Okay, so we at least got a new 2-star Rodimus Unicronus out of that. So over here, we've got a 4-star crystal, and we've got some 3-star crystals. We're going to use those on the Decepticon side, maybe see if we can get lucky and get a couple of 3-star Decepticons. Let's go ahead and crack those. Not this time. It gives us an Astro Train. Good old Space Bus. And it gives us a duplicate Rampage. Alrighty. 4-star Prime Core. 4-star Prime Core. Let's crack the 4-star. It's a new 4-star. Look at this, guys. Oh my goodness. It is 4-star Warpath. Blam! Zowie! Let's go and check him out. All right. Another 4-star bot is added to the roster. Very cool. I mean, he's not the greatest bot in the world, but it's still very exciting to see those lights light up, isn't it? Cool. You know what's even better is I'm actually really close to upping my ranking in that whole collections thing. I don't know if this will put me over if I gotta wait for that Prime Core, but we're gonna be pretty close. So let's go ahead and crack that Prime Core without any further ado. Prime Core now. Okay, we're lighting up again. We knew this was coming. Who are we getting this time? We are getting Micronus. All right, very cool. So this is, of course, the Prime Core that you can put on, which provides the additional healing. And I know a lot of people put this on Springer. A lot of people put this on their Ultra Magnus. Now, I don't have a 4-star Ultra Magnus, but I do have a 4-star Springer, and that's probably where he's going to end up. Oh, look, we've got a story from Rodimus Unicronus. This world, Earth, so rife with life, so teeming with possibilities, and so incendiary. Hold, Rodimus Unicronus, I would speak with you. Who dares kneel before me or burn? Lord Straxus kneels before no mortal or immortal being. For all that you possess the power of a dark god, your physical form is still that of Rodimus Prime, and he will fight you. Nonsense. He is overwhelmed, submerged, leashed. He fights you even now, this moment. You need me. I need no one, but speak, say your piece, I will allow it. I am Straxus, tyrant and despot. But, like you, I am alone on a strange world. With all hands against me, I propose an alliance. Together, we can rule this world. Just this world? Your lack of vision makes me wonder, Straxus. Winning these Earth Wars is just the beginning. Then Cybertron, then the universe! Megatron sought to leash me, but I am free again to conquer and rule. Rule and burn, I will consume. No! No! Yeah! Megatronus, or Unicron, whatever horrible thing you are. Maybe I'm just in your head now, but my spark will never stop fighting. Straxus, you may yet have your uses. Alright, so cool. Nice little story there. I hope those voices worked out on the gravelly voices really do a number on the throat, and so that's pretty tough. Alright, so it's killing me. I gotta go see these collections. Oh, look at that. Even with that Prime Core in the new 4-star and a new 2-star, I am still like 65 points away from getting to the next tier. So I'm actually pretty close. Still no idea how many points each thing actually contributes, and I haven't bothered to take the time, nor will I bother to take the time. It crossed my mind, but I was like, no, it's going to be too hard. Trying to figure out how much each thing is worth. Somebody out there might have it. All I know, it's pretty cool. Let's see. Cell Tomcat is asking, any thoughts on who you should put the my Cronus core on? Yeah, so definitely people are thinking Springer. Demise is saying put it on Hotspot, not Springer. Well, see, there's the problem. I don't have 4-star Hotspot either, and you know, honestly, if I had a Hotspot, I might move my Liege Maximo over, because that's on pipes right now. So if I had or Hotspot again, I would probably be holding out trying to find a Hotspot G1 core, because that G1 Hotspot core looks great, because that puts up a permanent reflective shield on that. Big Bronze Rim saying Springer works great, but he runs his on a healer. You know, that's a good thought too, because as far as healers go, I only really have one Ray booster. Let's go look over the officially they're medics. So I have a gold Ray booster on first aid, but for my Wheeljack I just got a silver Ray booster, and my Ratchet, I believe I have a G1 core on him. I think it's a silver G1 core though. Yeah, so I've got a silver G1 core on Ratchet. So I'm not sure if I want to change those off. Oh, you know what? I never put this G1 core on Grimlock. I remember why, because I was planning on doing it on here. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's put this G1 core on my 4-star Grimlock. And yeah, we'll take off a Silver Vitality. Of course we'll take off a Silver Vitality. There we go. G1 Grimlock coming at you. There he goes. Boom! G1 Grimlock. Me Grimlock all cartoony. Me like. Alright, cool. Now for the Prime Cores, so yeah, so I've still got to figure out who I want to put this Onyx Prime Core on. I know what it's like. It's very similar to the G1 Optimus Prime Core. I just can't fit. I just haven't decided who I want to put it on yet. So we've got this Micronus. I'm gonna level it up before I put it on anybody. But you can see I've got the Leash Maximo on pipes. I have Alchemist on Star Saber. And to be honest, I'm not sure if that really blows it away, because most of the time when I'm using Star Saber's ability, where this would really come into play, I'm doing it when he's basically got full health. So this is basically healing a fully healed bot, and then by the time he gets to where he's in trouble, it's not really helping. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be even leaving Alchemist Prime on Star Saber, to be honest with you. Definitely Alchemist would be perfect on something like Cheetor, but I'm not sure if they've worked out those issues yet. You can go ask Sunstreaker about Alchemist and Cheetor. And then, of course, I did just put, like I was saying earlier, I put Vector Prime on Drift, which is a little unfortunate because I did run a XP core over the weekend, trying to level some bots. I really wanted to level my drift, but I did not want to spend 1.1 million energon to remove this core. So there we go. Alex Andrews is saying Alchemist doesn't work on Cheetor yet. Yeah, I haven't heard that they've worked that out yet. Big Bronzer is saying my Cronus heals everyone around the healers, not just who is being healed by the beam. Yes. Basically, as you see, my Cronus, he pulses. It pulses when you use him, and everybody within that little range of that pulse gets healed. It's kind of like the, I guess you could say it's kind of like the first aid, where he launches those like healing bombs, and it has a little bit of a range, and you can heal multiple people with that first aid or reflector. So it works a similar way to that. So. Oh, look, we've got Grimlock running around. Oh, my goodness, I actually got it on the first tap. Check him out. Running around. G1 Grimlock. It's going for a jog. Running behind the headquarters. Fun, fun, fun. Top-notch entertainment here. We got right here, guys. Let's see. I don't know if I had anything else planned. Did I? How about Cup for Onyx? Yeah, that might actually be a good idea, Big D. How rare is Grimlock? Grimlock's pretty rare. I got really lucky. I bought a Was it a Grimlock bundle? Yeah, I bought a Grimlock bundle a couple weeks ago. And that's where I got that 4-star Rust Dust, which was crazy. And then I pulled a duplicate 4-star Grimlock, which in turn also gave that gold G1 Grimlock core. Because not all duplicates of Grimlock are going to give the G1 cores. I mean, they could give the Crown core, which I'm not a fan of. Or it could just give us normal standard core. So the fact that I got the 4-star Grimlock and it gave the gold G1 core was just unbelievable. So... Spitfire saying got the Minion Prime core, the Quintus Prime. That would be Quintus Prime. I would love to have Quintus Prime. I think that's a great core. As far as how useful it is, I don't know, but I would love to see all those little Sharktacons running around. Was it Shock Charge? I think it was. Had a Quintus Prime core on one of his bots, and he found a base with a ton of walls. And used sludge, destroyed all the walls, and he had about like 1,000 little gnaws there. I think we showed it off in the stream a few weeks ago, and yeah, it's great fun there. So yeah, Skylink saw my new avatar. I've got Victorion up there. I'm kind of celebrating. I'd show you guys Victorion, but after we showed her off a little bit, I went ahead and put her in the under research to go to level 11. So we're about a day away from that. So that'll put her even with Superion and Volcanicus at level 11. And Optimus Maximus is a little ways behind. So I got to think about, I got a fair amount of Combiner Spark up there. I don't think about whether I want to level up Optimus Maximus or if I want to level up one of those other bots. So Sharksy is saying you're kicking our butt in the war. Yeah. Well, you guys got a bunch of strong bots. We've got a varied range of people in our alliance. So your easy base is still pretty hard for us. Our easy base is pretty easy. So yeah, so there you go. We're showing off the Psycho Pigs there. So yeah, you're definitely crushing us. But that's okay. What is this? Silver League? Yeah, we're not a Silver League team really. We're more suited for bronze. So it's kind of where we're at. We'll win the bronze, get promoted to silver, lose the silver, go back to bronze. We'll win the bronze, go back up to silver, we'll lose the silver and go back to bronze. So we're just kind of bouncing back and forth. I think a lot of you guys have probably been in that at one of those levels. I remember a while back before the competition really increased, that was that way. I think silver to gold or gold to platinum at one point. So yeah, see, there you go, Shark. So you guys are almost a gold team, and we're just a strong bronze team. So of course you're crushing us, but congrats. You know, it's good to see you. But it's still good to get in there and give it a try, right? You know, so So, a few more things before we get out of here. Keep an eye out for a video on these guys. I did pick up a few of these bots. These are kind of like the blind bag things, so you don't know what's in there. Well, if you know the trick, there is a trick down here. There's a code that you can look up and see who's in there. So I do know what I got. I got a bunch of these, but I've mixed them all up, so I don't know who's in which one. So keep an eye out. We'll probably do a little opening video on those guys. And I also did manage to find a good old G1 Bumblebee over there. They did have Swerve and Tailgate and Outback, but I was just like, you know, I don't really have the nostalgia to go get the G1 version of those guys. Kind of like I didn't get the G1 Hot Rod, and that one had a lot to do with the fact that I still have my G1 Hot Rod, even though he's in terrible shape. But I did go for a little G1 Bumblebee there. So I don't know if we'll be taking a look at him because, I mean, you guys know what G1 Bumblebee is like. I mean, you flip the head in, close the wheels, and push him in. I mean, you know, it's not they stretched it out to 4 steps, but it's really not that many steps. So, pretty funny. We're definitely gonna be looking at this guy. Definitely gonna be looking at this guy. So keep an eye out for that. Skylink is asking, what Autobots do you suggest as a defense for the base? And Grand Galvatron, those are all excellent suggestions. Swoop, Tiger, Hawk, Starsaber. Believe it or not, Bumblebee or Shrapnel for the Decepticons is not a bad choice either, because when they pop out, they shoot out that little EMP blast, and they'll stun everybody that's nearby. So if you've got an outpost there where you've got where all of your defenses could be attacking somebody, might not be a bad idea to throw little Bumblebee or Shrapnel in there to stun them. But if you're trying to cause, see, there's 2 schools of thought, or 2 goals that you can have for choosing an outpost bot. One, obviously, is do as much damage as you can. That's where Swoop, Tiger, Hawk, and Starsaber come in. The other goal is to delay the attackers, so that your defenses can damage them. Your missile launcher is going to be coming in. Your shock tower is going to be shocking them. Your cannons will be blasting them. So anybody with an EMP, that's why Silverbolt can actually be useful, except he really only targets 1. Although I have seen him actually tag 2 bots with a stun if they were really close by. But that's why, you know, Bumblebee or somebody with an EMP would actually be pretty good. Think about something like that. Or any other bot that does a large amount of health, that has a large amount of health, like your really high health warriors, because it will take a long time. Jump stream pipes, even hotspot would be great, because as they're attacking, they'll lose. In fact, hotspot or tantrum as your Decepticon, they are effective deterrents to solo Cheetor Black Arachnia attacks. The only time that when I go into a base at a level that I know I can easily solo with Cheetor, the only time that I lose is when Tantrum pops out of a outpost, because Cheetor runs over to him, and with that really super high amount of attack that he's getting all that damage reflected back, and then before you know it, he's dead. So yes, so if you are truly, and you should really, that's just one type of attack, and it's probably a fairly infrequent occurrence, so I wouldn't put him in there just to defend against that, but I will say it's effective. So yeah. I've been meaning to put out a video on that, like best outpost bots and also worst outpost bots. Guys, whatever you do not put a healer in your outpost. They may be the highest bot power bot that you have, but they do absolutely nothing in an outpost. Don't put a healer in an outpost. There was one time I went and I saw a hook and shockwave come out of an outpost. 2 healers in outposts. Do not put healers in outposts. That is a noob mistake. So there's other bots where you might think might be pretty good, but maybe not so much. Beast Wars, Megatron, Optimus Primal. Not very good Outpost bots. Because their ability is useless, because there's nobody else to put a shield up. Even if there's another Outpost bot, it doesn't put a shield on them. And it doesn't direct them to anything. And they're not a very high health bot. So I would avoid those guys. Sail Tomcat says he uses a Hotspot, Jump Stream, and Cliff Jumper. Cliff Jumper is another good one because he'll get out there. Yeah, some of this is about timing too, because the worst thing to have happen is if you have Cliff Jumper pop out, then he'll put his glass gas on, and then so now they've got 40% extra damage, but then nobody else shows up to help out and actually cause that damage. So some of it's a little bit comes down to timing, but Cliff Jumper is definitely a good choice or kickback for the Decepticons. Let's see, Grand Galvatron, how about Sentius, Magnus, and Malice as an Outpost bot? Yeah. Because not only do they do a heavy amount of damage, but when they're in their alt mode, the damage that they do is reduced. So yeah, they've actually done some pretty good damage against me. 5-star Alita 1 in an Outpost? Yeah, Alita 1. I think would be a good one too, because again, she does a little bit of a stun. She'll fly over and do some damage in a stun. So Hound is good for an Outpost. Yes, I can't remember if I. Let's flip over and see who I do have in my Outpost. I haven't really looked at these in a while, and I still need to adjust. So yeah, so we've got Tigerhawk there. We've got Star Saber. Cosmos. Cosmos and Mindwipe is another one. Where they go and they will hack the bot that they get to go in again, and when they're in there being hacked, they can't be attacked, so you're really stuck being hacked for like 10 seconds or 20 seconds or whatever it is. And Hound. So, and to be honest with you, I did have Swoop in here, and I think I took him out when I leveled him up with the to above 50, and then just never put him back in. So I might still put Swoop back in there in place of one of those guys. So yeah, it does sound like a lot of people will have a lot of new 5-star bots. A couple of guys in my Discord channel, which by the way, if you guys haven't checked that out, you can go ahead and check a link in the chat there. You can go join us and chat a little bit. Let's see. Just Deshaun Lindsay, how do you feel about the drop rates? Big Bronze Rim is right on. The drop rates suck. I mean, but you know what? They're known drop rates. Yeah, they're terrible drop rates for the bots, but we know them, and so you saw how many crystals I cracked. I cracked like 80 some crystals, and we got just 2 new bots. We got the 4-star Warpath, and we got the 2-star Rodimus Unicronus out of those crystals. So not very good. And it took us a 4-star crystal to get a 4-star bot. A lot of times, but so you'll have times like this where you go through all of these crystals and get like no 4-star bots. So that was what, 40 null crystals plus like another. There was like 70 crystals that we could have got a 4-star out of, and we got nothing. But then a few weeks ago, I opened fewer crystals than that, or at least or no more than that same amount, and I pulled 5 4-star duplicates out of those crystals. So it really is all down to luck. But see, the trick is you know the drop rates when you go into it, and if you don't like them, don't buy the bundles. Don't buy the crystals. If you can't accept the fact that you could go through a full 20 or 30 or 40 crystal bundle and get nothing, if you can't handle that fact, then don't buy the bundle. So you got to understand. Sometimes you're going to get that, and you're going to get what you want, and it's going to be a happy day, and you're going to go home and you're going to be cheering and cheering and cheering. And other times you're going to get nothing, and you got to be okay with that. You can't be going and saying, "Oh, this game is stupid and it's cheating and stuff like that," because it's not, because it's there, and that's just how it works. So that's kind of my thoughts on drop rates. They are what they are, and you either accept it or you don't. If you don't accept it, then don't buy the crystals. Easy as that. So Alpha Prime's in the house. Good to see you, man. Yes, my Cronus. Yeah, one of the first ones they put out, and I finally get it. So, still not sure what I'm going to do. And yeah, Alpha Prime's backing me up on this. He said, know your limit as far as buying bundles and crystals, and don't stretch yourself thin. I'm fortunate enough that I'm able to afford all of these bundles. If I could not afford them, then I would not be getting them, and the only crystal cracking that you guys would be seeing would be event crystals. If I couldn't afford it, we wouldn't be doing it. So John Beekman is asking, can you gift other people's bots? No, you cannot. It used to be for a very short amount of time, and then Apple changed their rules as far as loot crates or loot boxes, which is what essentially crystals are, and said you couldn't do that, so no more gifting. It's not coming back. Let's see. Trios Theory, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yeah, that Warpath, that's nice. Like I said, I'm not super stoked about it being Warpath, but I'm happy to see that it was a new 4-star. So good to see that. Engineer Hoist is a baller. Yeah. Not compared to some people. It still amazes me. When I stop to think, I try not to think about how much I've spent, but sometimes I do. But then I go in the VIP and some other Facebook chat groups, and I see other people, and even get attacked by people where they bring in a full squad of 8 5-star bots and things like that, and I'm just like, I cannot fathom how much that has been spent on that account. And also to be high levels, and that's something a lot of people don't realize. You know, they say, "Oh, you can just spend a lot of money and get all this stuff," and it's like, yeah, but it's work to level the bots. So what really blows me away more than that, because I mean, yeah, if you got the money, you go drop it, you're gonna get the 5 stars or whatever. But what gets me is the work that you guys put in. Like when you go and who was it? I totally forget who it was, but the guy got Elite 1, and like in less than 48 hours, he took Elite 1 from brand new to maxed, level 60, ability 10. There's no amount of money. I mean, obviously, he spent a lot of money to do that too, but there's no way to get that there other than doing a ton of battles and playing the game a lot. So that's one of the things a lot of people don't realize is, yeah, there are people that spend a lot of money, but man, Prime Stark, yes, thank you guys. Prime Stark is what it is. But yeah, you can spend the money to get all this stuff, but really it's playing the game. And that's my, when people ask if people were to ask what would be my top tip on being successful in the game, is play the game. Play the game. There are no shortcuts. There can be shortcuts on increasing the amount of bots that you have. There may be shortcuts on one thing there may be tips for a base or whatever, but really to be successful, the only way to be successful in the game, or probably any other game too, you gotta play it. You gotta put in the time. So if you can't put in the time, or you don't want to put in the time, then you just have to be okay with not being quite as successful as other people. So and with that, I'll get off my soapbox. Let's see. David Tinsley sitting in a hospital bed waiting to get a pacemaker. Oh my goodness, man. Good luck to you. I hope everything goes well for you. Thanks for checking in. Luke Bartel, get all my 5 stars maxed out in 2 days easy. Okay. Denny's Creek, shout out to the Primus Alliance family. Okay, let's see. Transformers Earth Wars Therapy, yep. That's right. Oh, okay, guys. I think it's time to get on out of here. It's been great. Anytime that I think that we run out of stuff to say, you guys really come up with some good topics and really sparks a lot of good discussion. And I really do thank all of you guys for that. So, yeah, last I am saying 5-star bots don't impress me. Yeah, yeah, they don't really impress me so much as much as just it's more of a just kind of a mind blowing. It's like I know how much I've spent on this game, and I've only got 3, and a long way from a 4th. So anyway, that's gonna do it. I really do thank all you guys for stopping by. If you came in late and you missed the news, it's a 5-star Alliance event this weekend with prestiges. So definitely come by. To keep an eye out for a review of that Planet X Ismenios coming over the next few days probably. And that's gonna do it. I am Engineer Hoist. Keep rolling, my friends. Thanks for watching.